Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 23rd. I think things are going better for Leos, at least. Maybe better finances for a lot of you. I think this has probably already been happening. I would say the feeling I get is that probably most of you older Leos, like 40 plus, maybe are, not that 40 is old, but I feel like 40 plus. I don't know. It's a number that's popping up in my head, so I'm going to say it. But I think 40 plus, those of you are probably doing a little bit better. And then I think Leo in general, I think if things are not getting better than for you, then there are definitely some things that you need to look at, which we're going to talk about in this reading, that I think could actually quickly have you turning a corner very quickly. So that's exciting news. But you start off with the Seven of Diamonds, worrying about money. So Leo, you get this card quite frequently, I would have to say. So definitely stop worrying about money. When this card comes up, I always say it's not a good time to invest in anything new, or invest even in the stock market or anything like that. Definitely don't gamble under this card. Just don't. You're not going to want to take of a lot of those types of risks, like gambling or investing in the stock market or things like that. You do have a card coming up at the end here that does represent taking risks, but these are more educated risks where you understand the actual, like, your actual chances of taking the risk. So again, like, these are risks where you could start a business, but maybe you understand, like, hey, I know a lot about this business, I've been doing it for years, but now I want to start something different, but I understand exactly what's going on. Or maybe it could even be a relationship risk or something like that, where you're like, I want to go ask this person out, but you understand the emotional toll if they say no or something like that. So this week is about taking more educated, thoughtful risks, but not these like speculative speculation risks. And I would say it's also about calibrating your, your what you believe is your beliefs. Calibrating what you think the outcome will be is coming up as well. So kind of a weird message, but it's coming through, so I'm going to deliver it. Next, you have the Two of Clubs. Very good card. Two of Clubs is kind of like a card of you against yourself. And it's really not you against yourself. It's more you talking to yourself, you figuring out your own needs. Not enough people do this. It's funny. I mean, I think if you walked up to people on the street and you said, like, what do you like in, in a relationship, what are you looking for? Most people they couldn't really probably give you a solid answer. They couldn't, like, have a list. And I'm not saying you need to be that obsessive about it or anything, but Two of Clubs is definitely a card of being very solid on what you want in life, what you want out of life, what you want in a partner, what you want in a business, what you want in a job, what you want out of spirituality, all of those things. It's about figuring those things out. And there's a lot of success on the other side of that. This is a very successful card. It can lead to a lot of success, but you have to figure everything out. So a lot of you could be having those like thoughts running through your mind of like where you want to be, what you want to do, all sorts of stuff. Next, you have the Eight of Diamonds. Eight of Diamonds is definitely a card of working hard. Like I said, it's definitely a great card of money, too. So I think money is probably improving for a lot of you. Under some card reading systems, Eight of Diamonds is the card of money. It is the card of money increasing and things like that. It's a card of the entrepreneur as well. So definitely a card of being entrepreneurial. It is a card of material success, I will say. It is different than other diamonds. I've had the question come up several times on like other signs when an Eight of Diamonds comes up. They'll say, well, aren't all diamonds, don't they all represent material success? And the answer is no. Some of the other diamonds can represent like a wealth of opportunities, which could have nothing to do with money. It could just literally represent opportunities. Like the Nine of Diamonds and the Ten of Diamonds both represent opportunities coming to you, and those opportunities could be like relationships and things like that, which have nothing to do with money. But the Eight of Diamonds is pretty much specifically material type success, money coming to you, and it could represent the future as well. So keep trying. This is a card of continuing to persevere and push forward. Next, you have the King of Spades. So definitely, stay honest, stay humble. Definitely don't come up with lies or anything like that. Not that you would, but definitely don't be tempted to, embellish stories or anything this week, because it will come back to you. But this is a good card of justice as well. It's a good card of a return of justice, which I think happened to you a couple weeks ago. So a lot of you could be seeing some old injustices being righted this week with this card. Next, you have the Five of Hearts. This can be a card that represents jealousy, but it's kind of like a good kind of jealousy. It's kind of like one of those things where you're doing really well, so other people are jealous of you. So just ignore it. Don't take part in it or anything like that. It can also be a card of moving, needing to move jobs, needing to move anything. So, if things aren't going right, again, like I said at the beginning, there are some clues. For those of you who aren't seeing success yet, this is a card of saying, like, hey, if things aren't working out, you need to do something different. You need to move on to something else. And that's for everywhere in your life. So if things aren't working out, again, there you go. Move on, which we will move on to the next card now, which is the Four of Hearts. Four of Hearts is a great card of comfort, commitment. So a lot of you could be making some commitments. This could be literal commitments like marriage, or it could be a commitment to something, a new commitment to a new way of being. In a lot of ways, a new way of believing, a new way of doing things. And it's a card of building a foundation as well. It represents a home, so it's all about foundation building and things like that. And finally, you have the Three of Hearts, card of emotional happiness. You got a lot of good emotional stuff going on this week, because you have all these hearts cards, including the one on the floor right now. But Three of Hearts is a card of like love and feeling more stable emotions, and being able to make better decisions as well. Three of Hearts is a good card for if you need to make a decision. The other threes, pretty much all three other threes, represent not being able to make a decision. But the Three of Hearts represents being able to make some good decisions. So you should be able to make some good decisions this week. But thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.